Is up, everybody? I'm NoLucksGiven, and before we get into this video, I just wanted to ask you to please subscribe if you have not already. I put out new Storybook Brawl videos every day at 9:30 p.m. EST, so if you like what you see and you want to see more, hit that subscribe button. I am also a pretty small channel, so I do pay a lot of attention to the comments and the likes, so if you want to give me some additional feedback there, I will know what you guys like to see. Enjoy the video. We are going to be playing Snow Angel and putting together a pretty powerful Court Wizard comp yet again in this video. Just kind of some themed games that I noticed would go kind of well together. Just put out a Court Wizard video yesterday, and this video that I am showcasing today is about a month old, and so was the video yesterday. The actual games in the two videos took place only 2 days apart, so they basically happened at the same time, so figured I'd upload them near the same time as well. Went for the baby route in that first shop just to start triggering on my Snow Angel, and then I flip into a goat here, so I'm gonna sell Sherwood Shoreshot to buy this, so that way I have a pair here. And maybe I did this looking for Book of Heroes, thinking that that would be a good treasure to grab, but there are other good treasures on too. Namely, if you can turn all of your animals good, that is really cool with Snow Angel. It turns chicken into something that makes you gold, which is always really fun because it will count as a good unit. And because I've already purchased so many good units, I am now able to buy 2 more here after buying the aforementioned chicken. So we will buy some more good units, and we'll buy out the whole shop, actually. Why not? And yeah, this is a pretty good start here on the 4th turn to have this many units, and for the most part that is to do just with this shrink ray plus the golden chicken, but it is also somewhat in part to our hero power that gave us one of these units for free here too, gave us the happy little tree for free. So yeah, pretty sweet, and I think this is a pretty powerful board. Hopefully this Sadrak has not popped off too much already, but it has, so it is going to have enough attack to take us down, but we will be able to deal with this thing. It will just get even more attack from us, so they're probably happy about that one. Now they've got like a 15 attack unit, and we get to be as happy as we can be with the fact that we are going to have a win there. Sorry, I forgot what I was talking about. Sometimes I get distracted by what's actually going on in the game, and I'm like, what am I gonna do here? Am I going to, like, what do I cast this spell on? What am I going to purchase? And it's always kind of the fun part for me of doing these post-commentary games, because I kind of know what happens and I have an idea of the direction that the games are headed, but I don't always know exactly what I'm going to do on any given turn. Like, I had no idea I was going to sell to play a unit down and purchase the stag here, and I should put the happy little tree in the front row just to increase the ability of this stag to attack, but it doesn't look like it's going to be too big of a deal, as we are still pretty powerful at this point in the game. So we will be able to crack Loki's egg and get away with a win there and deal 7 damage to Loki. So all of that is pretty sweet, and I guess I locked for the Romeo, and then I am able to buy the good mage as well. And I guess that's a sequencing thing that you want to consider when you are playing Snow Angel. Always buy a prince or princess last in case you get a lonely prince from your hero power. So that is kind of cool. Doesn't really wind up being relevant here, but yeah, just always something that you'll want to consider. And I think that we're in a pretty powerful position right now, just with the strength of our units and with this support and stuff. We do have to find a way to start scaling our board or find some XP to just get to 4 a little bit quicker, because that's where a lot of the really good units live. I would say that in general, level 3 is about evil units. You've got Spellweaver, you've got Shadow Assassin, you've got Vainpire, and then you have some treasures that work with all of those units, like Bad Moon, Hatball, Slay related spells, and then Ancient Sarcophagus as well. And then Dwarf related things are also huge on level 3, but Princess White herself is an evil unit. But I think that level 4 is really where the good units get to come out. And I think that Vainpire is a pretty fine pickup here. Just if we are looking for a pair, I'd probably consider this Genie's Wish as well. But we are going to roll past it. Will I cast this Luna's Grace? It seems good enough to me. Probably put the Vainpire in over the Romeo as well. But yeah, the Luna's Grace seems good enough, but I don't think that we need it, actually. And we wind up rolling and then finding a Vainpire. So I don't want to break up my pairs. I think I have to sell off both of the Billies here, because I don't want to break up the pair of Baby Roots. I don't want to sell the Happy Little Tree because it just has so much stats already. And Treasure Map seems like a fine spell to grab onto with our current comp, our current layout here. So we'll grab the Treasure Map, and what I was saying before is, if you're playing good, if you're playing like Miri or Snow Angel, for good units, you've got Copycat Friendly Spirit, and then you have all of these princesses and princes. You've got Juliet, you've got Mermaid, you've got Arthur, you've got Court Wizard. And also the treasures that you can grab on level 4 are really good for these good strategies. Things like Coin of Sharon and Cash and Sky Castle and Reduplicator. All of these things are really, really good with Prince-Princess strategies, and level 4 is just where you want to be. So we are now no longer level 3. We do have a Vainpire to our name, so that is nice, but we're going to be looking for some level 4 stuff. Greedy plus Falling Stars is kind of cute. Princess P is actually really good with what we have got going on. Princess P has since been removed from the game, and we are going to get a buffed up Lady of the Lake when we take Princess P, but Princess P is a 4/4 that gets +4/+4 for each time that it is being supported. So I forgot to name that when I was just naming various things, but it is a pretty decent unit, and we're actually going to be picking up a pair of them here, looks like. I guess I'll sell off the Happy Little Tree, keep the Baby Root pair, and now we've got a really powerful board. And Princess P is this really weird unit because it's really powerful on 4.1. But then you start to transition out of playing supports in your comp, and the power level of it falls off pretty quickly. So this is kind of an interesting... I forgot that Princess P was in this game, to be honest. But it's kind of interesting to watch this and see how Princess P kind of works. This is like the best case scenario for it, but we'll see how quickly I sell it, I suppose. And then you'll see why the Princess P really isn't something that's like super powerful or super necessary in Storybook Brawl. We've got a bunch of pigs that we could claim a bounty on here. We're going to take out the first pig, and we'll take out the second pig as well as it crashes into the Vainpire. So that's going to give us some bonus gold, potentially to find a Princess P triple, which would give us a... it would give us a level 6 treasure, so that could be really sweet. I think the Court Wizard would also be a lot of fun here. but a pair of Romeos is also going to be good. So we'll pick up the pair of Romeos, and then we get a pair of Stags. I guess at this point the Good Witch has got to go because I really want all of these pairs, but I want this Court Wizard too. So I guess I will break up the Baby Roots. No, but I need the Baby Roots for the P, so I guess Friendly Spirit is gone, or I have to toss one of these Stags. I could also toss the Vampire. There's a trick, because if I want to play these Court Wizards, these Court Wizards are really making this, are really made awkward by the Princess P's, because I can't play supports and play Court Wizard. And that's just one of the barriers of playing Princess P, to the point where I'm not actually even going to take Court Wizard here, just because I feel like it would be awkward to do so. Oh no, then I'm gonna sell the Baby Roots and buy the Court Wizards and just abandon the P's. So yeah, like I said, Princess P is just really hard to make work and really hard to find the slots for. I think that my positioning here winds up being wrong, but you can just see the awkwardness that is Princess P in this game, because as soon as you start playing it is when you realize that you really shouldn't be playing it, because you just don't have the room to do so. I think this is going to work out well enough for us, though, because of these ranged units in the back. So we will win this combat, and we're pretty close to activating the Nutcracker. But we could also grab Romeo and grab a 5-cost treasure. And 5 has some pretty powerful treasures, so we will see what we can grab here. Mimic when we don't have any other treasures is always funny, but I think it's fine here. I mean, the Sword of Fire and Ice is really good with Court Wizard, just because it gives them +5 attack, and I pick up a second Court Wizard here, so that could have been sweet and probably also would have been pretty good, but we'll pick up the Mimic and maybe do some busted stuff with that later. Yeah, definitely struggling for board space here a little bit, because I want to play both of these Court Wizards, but at the same time I want to play the Vampire because it's my biggest unit, and then I also need to play Princesses and Princes. Do I Mix-a-Wuzzle the Romeo? That's a pretty good play, and actually gets me quite a unit for this turn. It's going to get me it'll be a 2/2 with +32 +30, so it'll be a 34/32. So that's a pretty big unit for this space in the game, and hopefully I can get a treasure out of Nutcracker. Doing so would allow us to, those are going to be really good Court Wizards, doing so will allow us to get a level 4 treasure that is doubled, but unfortunately, we are not going to be able to grab that just yet. We will be able to win this combat slowly but surely as our Court Wizards chip away at that Shadow Assassin. And we blew up their Needle Nose Daggers too. Let's see, am I going to be tempted to the end here? I think I will be. And I've got a spare Awakened Princess there that I can wake up and say, this is the end, baby. I'm sorry. Just what a rude awakening there to get woken up by the end. A triple on Court Wizard is not bad, mostly because of the fact that we're going to be able to double whatever treasure we get here. Double Gloves of Thieving can be really powerful. Not going to be super powerful against Super Pants here, but it is going to be pretty powerful in general. And I will put that Friendly Spirit back out on the front line again. And, that's kind of interesting that I decide to not play the Friendly Spirit. But I guess I just wanted to play as many princesses and princes as possible, especially now that I only have one Court Wizard. But we'll see what Pants is willing to give us here, because there's still a chance that Pants could give us something good. Yeah, you just kind of have to support these Princess P's, because otherwise they're just 4/4s. I'm just debating in what order I want to order my units. And looks like I am actually going to play my Friendly Spirit after all. I do actually like this just because I like trying to maximize the chances that we get something on Nutcracker. And let's see. Okay, we get 2 upgraded Spellweavers here. So that is pretty crazy. We could see a total pivot. Court Wizard doing a lot of work there. That is pretty sweet. And Romeo is then going to die, and then Court Wizard's going to take out one more thing before it dies. So we're going to take 12 damage from Pants, but the joke's on them because I just took 2 of their Spellweavers. And that's certainly, like, I could pick up Deck of Many Things or something, and then I cast 2 spells at the start of each combat, and then my Spellweavers both get +4/+4. Honestly, that would be pretty sweet. I could also pick up like an Aeon or something else to really start growing my team. But I am going to go for the Cash Monet here, and honestly, there's a part of me that wants to hold on to these Spellweavers just to spite Pants, just to say you are not going to be winning, and I cast this this spell here just to give my Spellweavers a little bit more of a bonus. Don't know exactly what I'm going for here just by buying and selling, but I think I'm trying to set myself up so that when I buy something on the next level, it immediately triggers my hero power. And doing a little bit of rearranging there, casting a spell for the Spellweavers. I should have put the Spellweavers earlier on the back row, but this is still pretty sweet. This dragon is not going to be that bad, but still pretty bad. This is not the best combat for me here, as my opponent is also looking pretty dang powerful. I'm going to be able to take out one more thing before I trade with the Wombats, and I don't wind up taking too much damage, but they're a duplicator. It means that I do take 1 extra there at the end, and that is, a little bit annoying. I think here what I will do is buy the Court Wizard. No, I'm just going to roll for Good Boy. I could have bought the Court Wizard and then gotten something good for free. We are against the Ghost here, so that is kind of nice. But I have to figure out what I want to do with these Spellweavers if I want to just give up on them. And I do have a bonus 6 gold because of the mimicked cash here. Excuse me. So that could be good, but really I'm just rolling for good boys, and then when I find the Hercules, I guess that's really what I was rolling for there. That is going to give us, hopefully, a doubled level 6 treasure, so that could be really, really sweet for us here. I kind of want this, but if I take this Ring of Rage, I'm giving up a lot of cash here by throwing away the hidden cash, because that was, I guess it was probably just going to give us 2 triggers, so it wasn't going to give us 2 gold. Oh, and then I find a Juliet. That's pretty cool, too. So now I can put in the Juliet with this Romeo that I have. I didn't need to necessarily buy it for the Ghost. I'm probably going to be fine against the Ghost, but this way I at least have it. The Baby Bear attacking my Hercules is really, really sweet for me, and also is sweet the fact that I have all of these tokens, or that rather my opponent has all of these tokens. I think I'm going to get my Hercules off right now. Let's see. One more, yeah, and Hercules is my only frontline unit, so Donkey will go into Hercules, and I'm going to get a doubled level 6 treasure right now. So that is really making use of the Ghost. I will have to toss something that I have, but Spear of Achilles, when you have got a Court Wizard, I think is really good. So let's do some rolling. We really, really want a Good Boy, but we really also want Court Wizard, and I'll pick up this Hippocamp because it's free, And I'm just going to grab this because I think I'm rolling down here for good boy at this point, and I don't want to spend any of my other mana on spells. That's pretty interesting. I grab a Doom Breath, and that makes me unable to grab this good boy. Should I sell everything and sell the Doom Breath that I just got? I think I should. Sell my whole bench, sell this Doom Breath, just say, listen, I made a mistake. I didn't mean to do that. Yeah, okay, that's good. That's pretty good that I did that. So now the good boy will attack. It will get plus 14, then it will give that to everything else, including the Friendly Spirit and the Court Wizards, which will make really good use of those buffs. This is something that other people have talked about before in Storybook Brawl, but sometimes when you buy something in a turn, it's really hard to then sell it in that same turn and just admit that you shouldn't have bought that thing in the first place. But I'm glad that I did do that here because I wind up having a much more powerful board for this turn, and it might have been necessary. We get some really, really lucky numbers there. We dealt perfect damage to 2 of my opponent's characters in that combat. So that combat was super close. Merlin's test on the good boy seems like it could be good here. If we just play against one other player that's got a good boy going on, we will be able to immediately upgrade our good boy and grab another treasure. That would be so sweet. Make a pretty big mistake there trying to buy the evil twin, and now I've got the choice of either locking for this evil twin or rolling and abandoning it. And the fact that I'm Snow Angel makes it a little bit more interesting to just lock the board and buy some things. We get a free Lancelot, so at the very least we take Lancelot out of the pool. We could immediately get that treasure off Lancelot. Good boy attacks gets plus 14. Then it would give plus 20 to the Lancelot. So I actually do go ahead and put that in. And as long as this good boy attacks, and it actually gets the Friendly Spirit trigger there too. So that is going to be really sweet. Unfortunately, I don't really love what we received from our opponent here, but I do love the fact that we're going to get in with these Court Wizards, and I think this is still going to be strong enough to win this combat. Opponent survives with 1 health there, so really, really close, but I think we should be able to take them out. Like I said, our units are just going to be so big from this Spear of Achilles with the Mimic Chest. So that is a sweet one. And yeah, we're going to get a bunch of Grim Souls from my opponent, which I don't think are super impressive. I do think Sword of Fire and Ice is worth taking over the Gloves of Thieving at this point. It would have been really, really sweet to grab some good boys off of my opponent with the Gloves of Thieving, but we'll grab 1 good boy here with the Evil Twin, and then maybe we can roll into an additional good boy with the gold that we have remaining on the turn. And you know what? Echo Wood looks really sweet too. So if I sell like the Sporko, for instance, I could throw in the Echo Wood. It's going to mean that I probably have to frontline Romeo and Juliet, and looks like that is what I'm going to go for. In general, I think that people are a little too unwilling to frontline Romeo plus Juliet, and think in a lot of Court Wizard strategies that it's just the right call to make. It could mean that like your Romeo gets sniped or something and that your board winds up being a little bit awkward for a turn, but it certainly also lets you be really powerful. Again, we do exact damage there. My opponent throwing out, Reduplicator Mordred, that's pretty cool. So yeah, here I don't get the Juliet trigger off my Romeo, but I get to backline the units that I want to backline, and I think that that is just so much more important here and just gives us so much more of a powerful board position right now. Juliet is going to go down eventually, which is going to keep our Court Wizards a-swinging, and all the while, through all of these Court Wizard attacks, my Echo Woods are just getting, or my one Echo Wood is just getting so much stronger. So we are going to deal some damage to my opponent, not quite killing them, but you can just see how powerful Echo Wood plus Court Wizard is here. And then I'm going to Good Boy, and I'm going to take an Ivory Owl with the Mimic Chest. And I do think that the Mimic Chest was pretty strong. Oh, this is interesting. I could see an argument for locking this shop here. That could be pretty good. But basically, the Sword of Fire and Ice gives plus 12 health in the front row, plus 12, or maybe plus 5 attack in the back row. The Owls is only going to give plus 4, which is honestly comparable, because we're going to get it twice. We're going to get it this turn, and then we're going to get it again next turn. And overall, that's going to make our board pretty strong here. It's also going to mean that Echo Wood can't get zapped. I could even put Echo Wood in the front. That's what I'm toying with right now against the Ghost. This allows us to put Romeo in the back, which your mileage may vary on that, but you can see the Echo Wood goes up to above 30, so it can't even get zapped at that point. We've got 2 Court Wizards. We're killing stuff already, and the Good Boy is actually going to survive its combat here and not going to go down. That's what happened last time, too. Our Echo Wood trades with the Shoulder Fairy, and honestly, this is fine. It's still, our board is plenty big right now, and it's just the Ghost anyways, but we're going to have enough power to kill the Ghost, and then we're going to move on to the finals. And I didn't like that my Echo Wood died so early, so I'm off it here, and I am going to move R plus J to the front again. Taking a look at my options for my other heroes here, and I do like a Merlin's Test on Good Boy. I think +4/+4 for the last combat could be okay, but maybe not good enough. So I'm going to keep on rolling. It is an evil unit, so I could give it +1/+1, but that would be my sole spell for the turn. Another Echo Wood is kind of interesting, but where would I put it? Where would it go? My treasures are already perfect. I think I'm really just looking for a Gigantify here. Something to give my evil boy a bunch of stats. Ride of the Valkyrie, I think I could take that too. That's going to give a whole bunch more stats to the Court Wizards. So now I'm just playing up. I've got a bunch of attack, and I think I was looking for health there. Soul Tack could also be pretty sweet, kind of eyeing up that one. But we are going to hope that this Good Boy is good enough. So beginning of combat, it's going to get +4/+4. That's going to put it to a 19/16, and then it will attack, getting +14/+14. One of my Court Wizards goes down, but my Good Boy gets to swing for 33. That gives +66 attack to everything else, including this Court Wizard, hitting for some big damage. My opponent has a frontline Echo Wood. My Romeo also goes down before my Juliet. This is falling apart, but my Echo Wood's huge. Wow. Oh no, I lose. Oh, if I had hit the, no, I guess I couldn't have won that. Yeah, I couldn't have won that. Things went really well for my opponent there, but I think I'm willing to run it back again. My whole board's going to be 4/4 bigger. We just have this innate scaling here. Ooh, okay, a shop full of spells. What do we get? Nothing really. Those spells kind of sucked. What else could we get? I mean, certainly Pigomorph. If I had just locked the Pigomorph against the Ghost, I think we'd be in a much better position here. Lightning Bolt, not good enough. This could be good, give us a decent amount more health. Court Wizard, probably not going to do enough for us. Do we want to spend 1 gold to give Good Boy +2 attack? That is honestly a pretty tricky question that I don't know the answer to. But I think it is just best to save my gold for rolling here, because I don't think 2 attack is going to be what does it. I think I need to find a real spell that's like a Gigantify or something else, +1/+1 to everything. I guess I'll take it. It's something, you know? It winds up being +2/+2 to everything off the good boy, or +3/+3 actually. So good boy gets in for 35, going to give everything else +70/+70. Not going to be enough stats there, but is going to be enough stats that these court wizards start looking big. And then 100 goes on to Juliet. That's going to allow Juliet to survive the doubly, attack the Echo Wood. Court wizard's going to take out the Echo Wood, and we have an unscathed Echo Wood here, so that's a win. That's a win. Princess White trades with Echo Wood, and our Echo Wood in the back is able to survive. So that worked out well. That was basically just all that happened there. I mean, there were certainly some other things going on too, but our Echo Wood was so much bigger than theirs. Our good boy got to attack, gave +70/+70 to everything. So 70 times 5, that's 350 stats across the board, which means that Echo Wood gets 350 stats, and then when the Friendly Spirit dies, that gives double its stats to something else. So that was another like 200 onto Juliet, which meant another 200 onto Echo Wood, and brought that up to about 600, over 600 even. And that one was a pretty good showing there for the Court Wizard strategies. Honestly, like, the power level was pretty comparable to what we had done in the previous game, in the previous video that I put out yesterday. But that Echo Wood just giving us a huge unit as well gave us a lot to work with there in our back line. And yeah, just meant that we were scaling in multiple ways. We were growing wide, and we were growing tall, and we were growing these ranged units to deal a bunch more triggers over the course of the combat. So pretty sweet stuff. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a comment down below and a like to let me know what you thought of it. That's going to be it for me today, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I'm NoLucksGiven. Peace.